Hi, this is Natalie Kalbach, and I want to show you some pattern play with some StencilGirl stencils that I made. Here are the Buenos Aires stencils and some art foamies that I also designed. I love to play with different techniques on canvas boards. I can frame them if I like them, or I can just paint over them. And right now I'm using some Daniel Smith gold gesso, which I really love, and I just put that gold brush it over my canvas board. And while the gesso is still wet, I'm taking a baby wipe and my small Buenos Aires stencil and take off the gold gesso here and there. And I really love the subtle look because it's still gold in the background, even though I took away a lot of paint. And here I'm just cleaning it on my white protection sheet because that's something that I often cut up and then use. So now the canvas dried and you can see how beautiful this glimmers, and I really like it. And I'm taking some of my Buenos Aires Art Foamy stamps. This is a mini one, and then the border. And here's my 9x12 stencil with StencilGirl Products, same pattern. I really love the variety of the same pattern because there's so many things you can do, but repetition is also very important for a great mixed media design. And so it's very easy if you use different stencils and different other materials that have the same pattern. And I just simply braided out some paint and braided onto the Buenos Aires border and the Buenos Aires mini stamp, and just like stamp a way to make a nice tile pattern here and there. And I love how that looks like. So it really comes together with the fluorescent pink and the unbleached titanium here, and the gold looks really cool. I think so. So here's my Buenos Aires 9x12 stencil, and I'm using some light modeling paste, and this is a painted finish, which is a rust look, so it's a dark color. And I love that the stencils give you the possibility to work dimensional. So you can add like any, it doesn't have to be light modeling paste. You can also use normal modeling paste, which will dry a little bit harder. And I'm simply putting some of this finish, this rust finish, in here. And it's going to be interesting to see how much of the darkness is going to get lost, but it's actually not that much. And then I use a palette knife and I scratch it over. So if I want a really nice and clean design, I can scratch it like really nicely over the stencil, but I'm actually also applying some of the modeling paste here and there in a thicker manner to interrupt the perfect design, because I want to scratch into that, make it sgraffito in order to reveal some of the layers that I had underneath. And I can write some real words or make marks, or that's really up to you. I like to do a like unlegible thing where like think about something right now. So I'm looking at this and I feel it's a little bit too much, too thick. So I'm taking a little bit more of that modeling paste here and there off. Just didn't feel right to me. Sometimes it's just about a feeling. And then I'm even like dabbing down some of the peaks that I got by doing this graffito, just so that it doesn't like look odd. So now this is dry. It takes a little bit to dry, and then I'm placing the stencil right back to where it was before. So I can see some of the pattern is there, right, peeking out, and I'm just like placing my stencil right on top of it, and there's a lighter rust paint, which is a little bit gritty, and I'm using our cosmetic sponge and I'm just dabbing it through the stencil here and there. You could also just use a finger and dab that whole like without the stencil, but I want it more defined. I really want it in the areas, just in the areas where I had stencil, so that the stencil design looks out a little bit more, and it already looks very rusty to me, and I really like that. It's kind of an organic, old look, and I love how it's interrupted by this graffito and this, you know, kind of like play between the different pattern sizes. And I feel it needs a little bit contrast and also some marks to interrupt the, you know, kind of like to put your own hand in there. So I love to use some marks and just use a brush, and it gives me also the possibility to put in some white in there that will, you know, pop the colors again and give them some more chroma again. And so I'm turning it around, looking if I like it, and I actually like the design maybe like this. I will see. So I'm drying this with a heating gun to make this go a little bit faster. And then I'm taking my rubber moon stamp, which says hope in a kind of like a graffiti way. It's like a tag. And I'm using some archival ink, a black archival ink pad, and I stamped the word hope on the right bottom of this canvas. So pretty much now I define in which direction this canvas should go and be looked at. Sometimes I don't plan it out because, you know, I'm playing with pattern here. So it's more about the playing than the actual result. And then I'm taking a white signal pen and go over the stemmed image here and there and add some white to the writing. And so there it is. This is my pattern play with different sizes, stencils and art foam stamps. And I actually really liked the outcome, and I learned a lot, and I like the rusty look, and this gives me an idea on how to use this for a bigger canvas. And that's what it's all about, the playing. But I want to show you also there's, for example, these Manhattan stencils and stamps. And I did another little canvas board where I used lava and some other acrylic media and just played with the canvas. And I actually like this one too. So I hope you will play with the different sizes and materials. And thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.